The Cabinet Secretary for Interior Security, CS Kipchumba Murkomen, today seems like he finally realized that he made a very big mistake when he ordered or advised the police that they should shoot Gen Zs who maybe went to police stations, who came out to protest. And the reason why I say this is because today the Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has issued new directives to the Kenya Police, and I'd like you to go with me to the end because this year I hope it's an eye opener to the Kenya Police who have been using brutal force, who have been using their weapons to kill Gen Zs during protest. When your time reaches and you're the one who gets caught, you are going to carry the cross alone. We have seen good examples of police officers who used excessive force. Videos of them were captured, they are taken before a court of law, and they end up carrying the cross to the prison alone. So, ladies and gentlemen, ni kubaya. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another interesting video. And today evening, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior Security, Murkomen, has issued fresh orders to the police over shooting. So specifically, it deals with the shooting because this shooting problem has created a lot of things to a level where even the president came out and spoke, but what he said ended up even like adding more fuel to the fire. We have also seen other politicians come out to speak about it, but the situation seems like it's getting out of hand. And I think the cabinet secretary thought it was wise for him, being the person that who started it, because Waziri was the person who made those comments as the first person. So I think it was wise for him, maybe he saw it wise to come and readdress the issue, re-advise the police on this particular issue. For those who remember, after the June 25th protest, we saw a lot of things happening. Hundreds, thousands of people came out to protest, and the government was in shock. They could not believe that all those people who were out there were anti-Ruto. So the government, because of the anger, because when Murkomen was speaking, he also said and noted that this was not his only appeal. It was also an appeal from a higher office in Yamri kutoka juu. So when he told the police that they had the freedom kupiga Gen Z risasi if the Gen Zs went to the police stations, and they also had the power kupiga Gen Z risasi or protesters risasi iwapo they saw that their life was in danger. This then resulted to the Sabasaba protest. We saw a lot of people waliweza kuuliwa. There was even a circulating video which showed a police officer saying that niko na uhuru, niko na ruhusa ya kuua wewe, utalala leo kwa fridge. That basically meaning that you are going to sleep in a freezer at the mortuary. So these comments to some extent contributed to the higher number of victims we saw during the Sabasaba protest. The police used even excessive force. When the president came and said that the police maybe they should not hawafai kupiga mtu risasi kuua, and instead wanafaa kupiga mtu risasi ya mguu. Also, this did not end the complaints, because people were now asking, when does the police have this time of aiming at the leg? And considering there was a case of a person who was shot at the leg and the person ended up dying, that is Rex Masai. Wale ambao wakumbuke, Rex Masai alipigwa risasi mguu but alikufa. So kupigwa risasi mguu is not a guarantee that you won't end up in a freezer. So I would like us to go through things which are said have happened during the era of Murkomen as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior Security, and we are also going to go through what Murkomen has advised the police to do, because if things continue this way, then the relationship between the police and the Kenyans, then I don't think it's going to be a mutual one anytime soon. So before we go there, kindly, if this is the first time watching a video from this channel, this is Duffy Updates, a place where we bring to you latest political news. Feel welcomed, feel safe, feel home. You can join us by subscribing to this channel by clicking the subscribe button under this video. You can also click the thumbs up button or the like video, the like button, and finally click the notification icon on. Without further ado, let us start by going through what has been highlighted as Murkomen's achievements since he took over the Ministry of Interior Security. During his reign, over 150 Kenyans have been killed by police under Murkomen's watch. These 150 plus people, the numbers add up from those who have been shot in the head, chest and abdomen, those who have been killed while fleeing or surrendering. There are also others who have been executed at close range, including Boniface Karaoke. There are others who have been have been hit by tear gas canister strikes. There are others who have been gunned down by masked Subaru squads. We saw those ones. There are others who have been ambushed in State House. We saw this incident also, where you just see some masked men around your neighborhood and wanapiga risasi even to people's houses. There are others who have been beaten, tortured, in custody, and they end up wakiwa wamekufa. There are others who have been dragged out na wanapigwa risasi on site. There are others who have been fired, wamepigwa risasi without a warning, fired at without warning, and there are others who are targeted deliberately. And all those people, it is believed, when you add up the numbers of the cases since Murkomen took over power, you're going to end up with a number of over 150 people. But that is his achievement. Let us see what he said today, because out of the police officers who have been seen or recorded at videos using brutal force, using their weapons, a number of them have been taken before a court of law, and we are going to look at, for example, 3 incidences. The first incident is the incident of James Mukwana. Who don't know who Mukwana is the police constable from Central Police Station where Albert Ojwang was held, and then during the night something happened and Albert Ojwang ended up dying in police custody. The people who have ended up carrying the cross are the officers from Central Police Station, while everybody knows that those were not the actual people who should have carried that cross. Yes, they made some mistakes. They should pay for those mistakes, but the fact that there is other people on top of them who issued orders, but these people have not ended up even suffering any consequences. This just goes to show you will be sacrificed when that when those charges are put before you. There will be no CS to protect you. There will be no government to say this person cannot be prosecuted. That's just the first incident. The second one is that incident of Boniface Karaoke. We saw the officer was seen clearly in broad daylight. He was taken to court and he was sentenced to jail with the charges of murder. The third incident is that of Rex Masai, the police officer who shot at Masai. Is seen dust to a level where he is denying that he is a person in the videos from the CCTV footages, while everybody else can see that this is you. But the police officer still holds firm on his answer, saying that that's not him, he doesn't look like that, just to try and create a drama here and there, because he is wondering what is he going to say. Is he going to accept and then get sentenced to jail? Those are just some few examples of police officers who have been caught on the wrong side and they have ended up carrying their own cross. No waziri to protect them, no OCS to protect them, no government to protect them. Today, Waziri noticed that he made a mistake when he issued those directives, and that's the reason why he has said this. Courtesy of Kenyans.co.ke, Murkomen issues fresh orders to police over shooting. Murkomen orders police to exercise restraint, outline instances authorities can use force and firearms. So he has gone ahead and outlined categorically where the police are required to use excessive force, but he has also advised them to mostly try their best to restrain themselves from using their weapons or using excessive force. So, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has issued fresh orders to police over shooting, particularly during protest, urging them to exercise restraint and limit the use of firearms when handling protesters. While issuing the policy Directive Number 1 of 2025 on the use of force and firearms, Murkomen directed the officers to use the force and firearms only per the rules on the use of force and firearms under the law, departmental standing orders and the respective policy directive. So he advised them to highly follow the rules per the law under departmental standing orders and the respective policy directive. The CS instructed that law enforcement officials shall not use force or firearms against persons except in self-defense or defense of others against the imminent threat of death or serious injury. Only when the police has seen that if he doesn't use this firearm, he is going to end up with serious injuries or maybe even end up dead. That's the only situation where a police officer is advised to use his firearm to protect himself or even to protect other people who he sees. If he doesn't use it, those people are going to end up maybe with injuries, serious injuries, or even end up being dead. This is what he said, and I quote, "The officers, in carrying out their duty, shall, as far as possible, apply non-violent means before resorting to the use of force and all firearms." End of quote. Any use of force must be lawful, proportionate, and reasonable in the circumstances to achieve a legitimate law enforcement objective. So what he is emphasizing is if you have to use the weapon, if you have to fire that weapon of yours, it should be under circumstances where even if Kenyans are showed and told this is what happened, they should be like, oh yeah, he had to use that weapon. During protest, Murkomen directed that police a police officer is not entitled to discharge firearm against a person unless the officer has reasonable grounds for believing that the person is committing or about to commit an action likely to endanger the life or cause serious injury to the officer or any other person, and there is no other way to prevent the danger. So use of firearms should be the last resort. If there is any other method that can be used to stop that particular person or those people from harming you or harming the other people around you, maybe use of rungus, use of tear gas, those ones should be used first. The firearm should be as a last resort. So you can tell from these speeches from Murkomen, maybe he has been advised better and told that what you said is going to put us in danger and you have to correct your words. So what do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. Kindly, before you leave, make sure to join us by clicking the subscribe button. Make sure that you also like this video, and finally click the notification icon on. I'll meet you in the next one. Bye bye.